Thank you very much. My fellow Americans, my first and highest duty as president is to defend our great country and the American people. I swore an oath to uphold the laws of our nation, and that is exactly what I will do. All Americans were rightly sickened and revolted by the brutal death of George Floyd. My administration is fully committed that for George and his family, justice will be served. He will not have died in vain. But we cannot allow the righteous cries of peaceful protesters to be drowned out by an angry mob. The biggest victims of the rioting are peace-loving citizens in our poorest communities. And as their president, I will fight to keep them safe. I will fight to protect you. I am your president of law and order and an ally of all peaceful protesters. But in recent days, our nation has been gripped by professional anarchists, violent mobs, arsonists, looters, criminals, rioters, Antifa, and others. A number of state and local governments have failed to take necessary action to safeguard their residents. Innocent people have been savagely beaten, like the young man in Dallas, Texas, who was left dying on the street, or the woman in upstate New York viciously attacked by dangerous thugs. Small business owners have seen their dreams utterly destroyed. New York's finest have been hit in the face with bricks. Brave nurses who have battled the virus are afraid to leave their homes. A police precinct has been overrun here in the nation's capital. The Lincoln Memorial and the World War II Memorial have been vandalized. One of our most historic churches was set ablaze. A federal officer in California, an African-American enforcement hero, was shot and killed. These are not acts of peaceful protest. These are acts of domestic terror. The destruction of innocent life and the spilling of innocent blood is an offense to humanity and a crime against God. America needs creation, not destruction. Cooperation, not contempt. Security, not anarchy. Healing, not hatred. Justice, not chaos. This is our mission, and we will succeed. 100%, we will succeed. Our country always wins. That is why I am taking immediate presidential action to stop the violence and restore security and safety in America. I am mobilizing all available federal resources, civilian and military, to stop the rioting and looting, to end the destruction and arson, and to protect the rights of law-abiding Americans, including your Second Amendment rights. Therefore, the following measures are going into effect immediately. First, we are ending the riots and lawlessness that has spread throughout our country. We will end it now. Today, I have strongly recommended to every governor to deploy the National Guard in sufficient numbers that we dominate the streets. Mayors and governors must establish an overwhelming law enforcement presence until the violence has been quelled. If a city or state refuses to take the actions that are necessary to defend the life and property of their residents, then I will deploy the United States military and quickly solve the problem for them. I am also taking swift and decisive action to protect our great capital, Washington, D.C. What happened in this city last night was a total disgrace. As we speak, I am dispatching thousands and thousands of heavily armed soldiers, military personnel, and law enforcement officers to stop the rioting, looting, vandalism, assaults, and the wanton destruction of property. We are putting everybody on warning. Our 7 o'clock curfew will be strictly enforced. Those who threaten innocent life and property will be arrested, detained, and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I want the organizers of this terror to be on notice that you will face severe criminal penalties and lengthy sentences in jail. This includes Antifa and others who are leading instigators of this violence. One law and order, and that is what it is. One law. We have one beautiful law. And once that is restored and fully restored, we will help you, we will help your business, and we will help your family. America is founded upon the rule of law. It is the foundation of our prosperity, our freedom, and our very way of life. But where there is no law, there is no opportunity. Where there is no justice, there is no liberty. Where there is no safety, there is no future. We must never give in to anger or hatred. If malice or violence reigns, then none of us is free. I take these actions today with firm resolve and with a true and passionate love for our country. By far, our greatest days lie ahead. Thank you very much. And now I'm going to pay my respects to a very, very special place. Thank you very much.
Man, that was your boy, man. I mean, I guess you automatically know who the fuck it was. But I wonder, did you pay attention to what the fuck he said? You know, the motherfucker basically just implemented martial law on the people. He also, you know what I'm saying, made some direct threats that's not to be taken lightly toward the people, okay? You know what I mean? And he also made some threats, man. Some real threats that's not to be taken lightly for anybody that you know what I mean, calling themselves out here in the street, being revolutionary right now at this point, and you know, protesting or whatever. He basically is saying that if you ain't, he said that if these states and these governors and shit don't get real militant and lock their areas down, that he gonna tap in his damn self and send, you know what I mean? He said he telling them that the National Guard, they got the National Guard at their disposal, and he's telling them if they don't stop it, that he gonna send the army in and stop it his damn self. And it sounded to me like when he sent them in that they gonna be on some shoot to kill type shit. They ain't gonna be coming to reason with nobody. And they ain't coming. You know how the government and the army come. So that's the threat that he putting out here. And you know, it's a threat against supposedly, quote unquote, his own people. So, you know, there's just, we all knew that we all knew that it would come to this with 45. We know that he ain't got no love for nobody but the rich get richer and the poor get poor. That's what Trump got love for. So, and we always knew that he was a heartless motherfucker, and he'll damn sure point the gun at anybody except for a damn self. So while we can't be surprised, but I just want everybody to be on high alert that this where the fuck we headed to, and not even really necessarily headed to, but this where the fuck we at right now as a people, man. So it's like it's time to be real careful out here in these streets, because but see what he doing with that speech is not only is he is not only is he threatening to bring the Army and the National Guard involved, but he also blowing a whistle for all other sleeper cells who feel like he feel like, oh, these niggas displaying too much power and they doing too much shit. Who these niggas think they is. He also blowing that whistle for those type of white boy to wake up too, see. And you know what I mean? It just, you know, it meant to be dangerous and it meant to be volatile right now for a black man. It meant to be the heat is on, because we all know, even with the implementation of the 7 o'clock curfew, who the fuck you think? Even though we know damn well how white privilege work, that these white motherfuckers is not gonna be in the house before no 7 o'clock. But I guarantee you, 85 to 90% of the people that get fucked up for being out after curfew, it's gonna be black. Because that's how all of this shit work. That's how every law that's ever implemented is always worked. That's just how the shit work. So I'm just like, let's be on high alert right now, man. You know, it's some shit is worth losing life, but let's just be smart about how we moving right now. Let's everybody just pay close attention to everything and everybody that's meaningful to us right now. And you know, let's put emphasis on being smart and strategic right now, okay? You know, I do what I do out of love, and I just come to spread the truth. And you know, that was serious right there. So I wanted to share it with you guys. But anyway, it's your boy Ocean to Go, man. I'm out, man.